Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Easy Path for Completion for 7.3.4. We are going to be running Thunderstruck, Livewire and Shock Vulnerability with redouble determination. The nodes are pretty straightforward. The one that is going to annoy you the most is going to be right back at it. So every time you will do a heavy or knock down the defender with a special attack, they will get debuff immunity for 6 seconds. And there is also no Thunderstruck, so shock debuffs and passive will deal 25% more damage, unless all other damage will be reduced by 90% if there is no shock on the opponent. To help you that, there is another node, Livewire, so both attacker and defender have 20% chance to apply a shock debuff, dealing 50% of their attack over 10 seconds. So you can pretty much use any champions, but the best champions will be the ones that can apply shock with your basic hits. So either you need to bring in champions that have a shock on their basic attack, so Black Widow, Deadly Region, Doom, and Guardian, and as well as your Hulkbuster work really well, or bring in champions that have critical hits, so whenever there is a shock you can do the maximum damage very quick. Or also champions that have compounding damage will work really well, so for example Aegon, Star-Lord, She-Hulk, Stryfe, all of these champions will have big damage when there is a shock applied to Livewire, so you can do this path like that. And other fun options can be both of your visions. You can corner intercepts with them even if the defenders are debuff immune. Also Wasp and work with intercept and shock, and also when it means debuff immune you can still passively stun them, so you can bring in White Magneto if you need him, and you can use him throughout the path as well. Now the mastery setups are there's a defense and a utility setup that I will always keep the same. My attack setup changes with suicides and non-suicide, so I am going with the non-suicide build here. So yes, stay tuned guys for that. And before I jump into the path, I want to say I say this is an easy path. I tried 3-4 different paths and tried to find the easiest one, which I felt would be great for everybody, but I still ended up with Thunderstruck. So easy is a relative term, so be ready for a few tough fights in there. Now jumping into the path, the first fight is going to be against the Stryfe. Now the easiest way is to bring in a champion, somebody like Doom or somebody like Guardian or Black Widow Clairvoyant, who have easy access on their basic attacks for shock, and you can use those to kill them off. Now I am going to showcase different champions for you guys, so I am gonna go in here with Star-Lord, and my start is not very good. I get clipped by an SP2 and I get a shock damage on myself. The potency is not much, so it's not really hurting me, but you have to build up your combo so you have big damage ready, so whenever you apply shock because of Livewire, all of that combo meter can help you with that compounding damage and bring down the defender quick. So the whole idea of running the compounding damage champions is you do not need to knock down the opponent. So for example Guillotine 2099, Star-Lord, Aegon, Stryfe, you don't have to knock down the opponent. All you need to do is just use your basic attacks, and as your combo meter rises, so will your damage and your utility. And because of Livewire, you will apply a shock debuff on the opponent, and when that happens, your damage is ready to really kill off the defender fast with a lot of damage. But you need to be careful. If more than 4 shocks are applied on the opponent, you need to back off, because there is redoubled determination, so every debuff on the opponent increases their power gain rate by 20%, so you will not even notice and they will go to an SP3. So just be very careful about that. Now Stryfe has an added thing that you need to be careful about, is his invisibility, that he can go invisible right on your face while you're hitting him. So be very careful, keep an eye on that, and especially if you're going to use somebody like Star-Lord who needs his combo meter. All it takes is one miss click or miss swipe, and then he hits you and you miss your combo and your damage goes away. But if you're using somebody like Guillotine 2099 or Aegon, it's fine, you can use that. But I did it with Star-Lord, and the basic concept was to have my combo meter ready, and as soon as there is shocks on Stryfe, I can do big criticals like 13,000-14,000 that you can check out right now. Now next defender is going to be a Guillotine 2099. Now I'm gonna showcase how easy and quick the fight looks if you have a champion that has easy access to shock on his basic attacks. I am just using my rank 2 Black Widow Clairvoyant and she can easily apply shocks, and you will notice how quickly she is killing off Guillotine 2099. The only two things you need to care about is to keep Gilly to an SP2 so she can keep throwing you the SP2 and not burn your power. And secondly, if there are more debuffs applied on her, stay away, don't give her extra power, she might be pushed to an SP3. And also her Digicloak for invisibility, just take care about that. But if you're using Black Widow Clairvoyant, you don't need to worry, you get an evade charge, and even if she retaliates, you can easily evade it as well. So yes guys, again, if you have the champions mentioned on the right side of the screen, this path becomes super easy. Now next up is going to be a Punisher. Now this Punisher in itself is not a difficult defender, but the problem is that his SP2 does a lot of block damage and SP1 also does some damage. Now if you're good at evading his SP1, then good for you. I do not know how to evade his SP1, so what I do, I take 2 block hits and I evade the third one just to minimize the damage I'm gonna take from his SP1. And I'm using Doom here. I'm just gonna use basic attacks, medium, light, medium, and I will try to stack up those shocks and try to kill him off. By far that is the fastest way. You can go to an SP3 and give him to an SP2, and then you can try to use the combination for SP3 cycling, but because SP3 knocks down the opponent, that will make him debuff immune and the fight will be prolonged for no reason. The whole concept of this path is use champions that do not need to knock down the opponent and can shock. In that way you can kill off the defender quick. So again, best options, the defenders like Doom and Black Widow Clairvoyant who have shocks on their basic attacks, or attackers like Aegon, Star-Lord who have compounding effect damage and they can do the most on small windows of shock. They will work really well here. Next defender is going to be a Dragon Man, and you can also again bring in champions that are that have lightning attacks good with Thunderstruck. But again here I'm going to showcase you how you can use a champion that is a ramp up style champion, and you can use him on this path. Again, what I'm gonna do with She-Hulk is I'm just gonna build up the Furies. I'm gonna throw my SP1s, at least 3 or 4 of them. I don't care if the Dragon Man goes debuff immune. I'm gonna stack up to 8 to 9 when I see that he he's throwing his SP1 all the time, that is the time I will just start using my basic attacks. And because of that, because of my basic attacks, there is a node here, live wire, that will start giving them shock, and when they are shocked with 10 to 12 furies, I will start hitting him very hard. So this is another way to get this path done quick and more efficiently. Now next defender is going to be a Psycho Man. Now he is not really hard to deal with. As long as you keep him to an SP1, he will work great. Now I'm trying to give you a showcase of a champion who has guaranteed hits. Now I'm using a hit monkey here. So as soon as you notice that there is shock on Psycho Man, I am doing my crits at their maximum damage, and that kills him off very quick. I don't play really good here, and I die because I miss a parry because of the game issues, but I bring in Star-Lord back and I kill him. So it's not a difficult fight with Psycho Man. Just keep him to an SP1. Do not take him to an SP2 because his SP2 is a bit harder to evade, and if it goes unblockable, then it will give you a lot of damage and you might die. So yes guys, that's about it. There's a both showcase here for champions with criticals and also champions with compounding damage with Star-Lord, so I hope this helps you out. And to finish off the path, we have Mr. Negative. I'm gonna use Black Widow Deadly Region again just to finish off the fight faster. Now with Mr. Negative, do not parry him, because if you parry him, you will get Dark Energy, and whenever he will use a special attack, your controls will be reversed. Unless you bring a reverse control champion, but then again, you won't be able to work on the Thunderstruck path most probably. So the best way is to bring in a champion like Black Widow Clairvoyant. Can be Doom as well, somebody who has easy access to shock on their basic attacks, and just start blocking, and as soon as he throws a heavy, then you can go back in and retaliate and give him shocks and give him damage. I would suggest you to keep him only to an SP1, that is easier to evade. And yes guys, that's about it. It's a pretty simple and straightforward fight. The only thing, do not parry, and his specials can be easily evaded, and you can go back and attack and kill him off. And the boss fight is going to be with a Symbiote Supreme. I might add that Sorcerer Supreme is the easier fight, but I just thought, when I looked at the nodes, I thought I can take out Symbiote Supreme with magic, so I went with him. So the nodes here are going to be feats of power, so whenever there is a bar of power, the defender will get fury, precision and everything. There's also ebb and flow, so the defender has a protection reducing the incoming damage by 90%, and when you knock him down, that protection goes away and gives the attacker, that is you, a fury, and until for that time the fury is there, the protection doesn't come back, and then it comes back, so you have to knock him down again. Next one is Steady Perseverance. So if you knock him down for 6 seconds, he goes stun immune, so you need to remember that. And also finally one is Power Gain Rate. So his power gain rate cannot be manipulated, so you cannot use champions like Vision, Void, or somebody with Petrify. They will not work against him. Now, having said that, my choice is going to be a magic. One more important thing you need to know with Symbiote Supreme, that do not dex, or to get any kind of buff. Do not use champions that are buff heavy, you will die very quick. Now, if you're not sure about the dexing part, you can go to your mastery, you can remove the dex for one fight, so you don't have to worry about getting stagger damage easily. So that's one thing. The other champions that work really well here is going to be a Human Torch, of course, because he's going to against a Mystic champion. You can also use Archangel, you can just parry and heavy away, and also Red Hulk is a really good option. If you want to go with somebody, if you're not confident with the no dex style, you can use your dex, but go with champions like Overseer or Thing that are immune to nullify and stagger and say Fate Seal, so you won't get that extra damage from the ability of Symbiote Supreme. With magic, I'm just keeping him to a corner, and I've used a 150% boost for Mystic, and I'm just using my SP2s. For the first one, it knocks him down, the protection goes away, and the second one will lay in the damage. Now, I know it's a longer fight this way, but it's a much safer fight because I'm very used to doing corner intercepts with magic, but feel free to bring in other champions, whichever is available to you and your roster. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. This path is going to be a little annoying, but again, remember, you have different options to take him down. You can either bring in champions with easy access to shock, or you can bring in champions with guaranteed hits, or you can bring in champions that have compounding damage, and all of them will work very well and try to shorten the path for you. So I hope it helps you out. If it does, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. And leave a comment down below, and I will see you on the next video, that is going to be 7.3.5. And until then, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.